Aflatoxins are natural poisons produced by some toxin-producing molds that contaminate crops. Unfortunately, these dangerous aflatoxins are invisible to the naked eye in food, making their easy detection difficult. Yet, when ingested by people and animals in sufficient doses within food, the effects of aflatoxins are observable and include liver cancer, reduced immunity, and in high doses of contamination, death. Aflasafe is a natural product that reduces aflatoxin in maize and groundnuts and leaves no residues on the crop. Aflasafe reduces populations of the aflatoxin-producing molds on the field. To use Aflasafe, follow these steps. It should be used as directed on the pack. Follow standard agronomic practices recommended in your area to reduce crop stress. Before you apply Aflasafe, weed your field, make your ridges, apply fertilizer, and carry out other agronomic practices. This is to avoid stepping on the product after application. Do not carry out any other operation that will bury Aflasafe under the soil. Make sure that Aflasafe stays on the soil surface. Measure the area of the field where the product will be applied. For maize, broadcast Aflasafe by hand when the crop is waist high, which is 2 to 3 weeks before flowering, at a rate of 10 kilos per hectare. For groundnuts, broadcast Aflasafe 30 to 35 days after planting, which is about 2 to 3 weeks before flowering, by side dressing along the rows on the soil surface at the rate of 10 kilos per hectare. Ensure that Aflasafe is uniformly distributed in the fields during application. If possible, apply Aflasafe after the rains when the soil is wet. Don't worry if ants carry the Aflasafe grains into their nests. They bring back the grains on the soil surface after 1 to 3 days. This does not in any way compromise Aflasafe's quality or effectiveness. Aflasafe does not harm chickens, guinea fowls, birds or wildlife, which may sometimes pick up Aflasafe grains. It does not affect Aflasafe's effectiveness if only a few grains are picked up. A few days after application, a greenish growth should be visible on some or all of the grains if the soil is wet enough. Finally, to get the best from Aflasafe, follow good harvest and post-harvest practices. Here are the do's and don'ts. Do apply Aflasafe following manufacturer's instructions. Do not apply as a tank mixture with fertilizers, insecticides or fungicides. Do apply Aflasafe only when the possibility that it will drift to potentially sensitive areas is minimal. Such areas include residential areas, water bodies, known habitats for threatened or endangered species, and non-target crops. Do not eat, drink or smoke while handling Aflasafe, and do wash your hands thoroughly with soap and water after use and before eating, smoking or drinking. Store Aflasafe in a dry place. Do not store under extreme conditions and do not expose to temperatures above 50 degrees Celsius because Aflasafe contains living organisms that must be alive to work. Do not expose to relative humidity greater than 80% prior to use because the beneficial strains contained in Aflasafe would sporulate before application and effectiveness may be affected. For disposal, use all materials in the container, applied according to instructions. If you still have leftovers, you may store within the original pack and place in an airtight container for later use. Make sure to use before the expiry date on the pack. However, if no longer needed, send the remaining Aflasafe to a waste disposal facility or pesticides disposal program. Such programs are run by state or local governments or by industry. Do not reuse or refill Aflasafe containers. Send bags for recycling if available, or dispose empty bags in a sanitary landfill or by incineration. For Aflasafe to work, you must observe good agronomic practices and fully follow all the instructions, particularly when to apply Aflasafe. Correct application at the correct time is a must. With these explanations, you now know that Aflasafe is easy to apply. Give it a try. Use Aflasafe for your maize and groundnuts. To order Aflasafe, contact